Hello and welcome back to Dark Souls Remastered, where today we are going to be playing with some skeletons. So let's get on over to where the skeletons are and commence playing with the skeletons. I swear, this little chunk always causes me trouble. Because I always want to take the outside path because it's farther from the pit. But the outside path is blocked off by that little chunk. The skeletons out here, they die really easily. You just hit them. Can I get this item? Why can't I get this item? There is an item on this thing, but the prompt isn't showing up, and I am mashing the X button. Apparently we can just kick this ribcage, but not actually get the item from it. Also, apparently there's an item down here that's been here the whole time that I never grabbed. Well, that almost didn't miss. Not really. It is nice that the skeletons out here die so easily, because the ones that we're going to be facing pretty soon do not stay permanently dead until either killed with divine damage, or else killed with having already killed the necromancer that summoned them first. 3 in 1 blow. Even the giant skeletons are no match for this sword. That's good. Though I believe I've missed the path. Yeah, we need to go on the ramp that goes down there. Which means we need to find the ramp that goes down there. Which I think I might have actually already been near. Okay, it's over here. And just gonna look back. Okay. Doesn't look like we're missing anything back there, so onward. And inward. So now that we're in here, I believe the necromancers start being real things. So let's get our Divine's Vihanda. Because we're going to want it. Because I don't like respawning skeleton. And we've got more of these little splody skulls, who are kind enough to explode on skeletons as well as us. Ow. They don't hurt so bad, and you can block the explosion. It's just, it's annoying that they exist and like to explode. They're very aggressive with their aggroing and exploding. As long as we get souls from killing a skeleton, we know it will never revive. And looks like it's not a huge drop down. There is a ladder, but yeah, that wasn't much damage. We're fine. So I believe, yeah, we've got skeletons. So that wasn't what I was believing. I was believing that there would be an exit, which there is over here. And hey, this guy didn't die in one hit. There he goes. This looks like it should be something, but isn't. Alrighty. More skeleton. That one didn't die, so we'll have to be a little careful here. Alrighty. So this door we're going to have to open, but in order to do that, we got to go down this path over here, which is where we'll meet our first necromancer. This guy would be responsible for the resummoning of skeletons if we weren't using a divine weapon, preventing such resummonings. And this bonfire right here is a bonfire. And we're going to sit at it just so that we're a little closer in case we die. We're going to push this in, which will open the door. then we'll head back up, but not before rolling through those things because they were looking at me funny. Of course, having sat at the bonfire, these two skelemen are back, but they're not exactly a huge deal. And now we get to go through here. Now, before too long, these statues will start having spikes come out of them and be mean to us. Thankfully, the spikes are blockable, but still, it's not exactly the most kind of things for statues to do. And there's a necromancer over there trying to cast fire stuff at us. But we don't need to worry about, like, engaging him in ranged battle or anything. Because, as long as we use this divine weapon, he's not going to be resummoning these skelemen. And that's the real issue. His fireballs aren't a huge deal. Oh, and you'll note there are spikes on either side of this walkway. Those are going to serve a purpose before too long. And I could try down, but trying down from here would hurt a lot. On the other hand, I could jump onto that, but you'll note that's got spikes pointing straight up. There's probably something we can drop down onto. But meh. Suddenly it's becoming a bit more of a problem that we haven't dealt with Mr. Necromancer. But looks like he's a bit of a coward and doesn't want to deal with us. At least not when we're able to come for him. That archer is going to keep shooting despite not having line of sight. Oh, hey, we just got our flask back. That's nice. And the necromancer is leading us on a chase, trying to get us ambushed by skelemen. A solid strategy. But not one that's going to work as well as he hopes, considering we are able to actually kill skelemen. There we go. Always nice when they drop items for you. I like getting items. Even if I've already got them. Though admittedly, it's less nice when they drop items that you can't grab like they did earlier. That is always just such a weird animation. Anything back here? Doesn't look like it. So I guess we go this way, and I think that lantern that we were able to see was the necromancer. Or maybe we were looking at that candle right there. Oh, hello. Done running, are we? Alright. I don't think the necromancers actually respawn. At least the one next to the bonfire didn't. So now we're up here. Oh, there's another necromancer. So, yep, this is one of them spiky statues. Thankfully, the spikes can be blocked. And you'll note that skeleton did not give us any souls, which means it is going to stand back up, as it's doing right now. But now it did give us souls, so it will never stand up again. I don't recall what it is that tells you whether or not spikes are going to exist. But if you stay far away, they don't happen. And even if they do happen, you can block them. The spikes aren't a huge deal. So now we can press that, but first we do want to grab this, just because it's here. And I recall there being some things that can be pressed that result in paths being closed, at least temporarily. Also, that rock I hit, there's a way to make it go away, but I think we actually have to come from the other side. And now that we've pressed that, this pathway over here becomes passable. No longer spike side up. And I don't know what causes that path to rotate, but it happens eventually. And there go your skeleton. Your response to lack of skeleton is oddly familiar. Why, it's almost as though it's the exact same as your response to everything else. So over here, we can actually step on the deepest parts of these and fall through the floor. I'm not going to do that just yet because I don't like falling through floors when there are still things I can get without falling through those floors. Because it's not like there's a ladder back up. And sure, there is a way back up, but it's not a ladder. Also, we just got spiked. And for what? Just a soul? Hey, fellas. So, that's not illusory, but there is a way to open it. I don't remember what that way is. Also, those two candles look like eyes, and it spooks me out. And something just died of its own accord. I don't mind when things die of their own accord as long as any items that they had that are of value are still gettable. There's also other floors that you can fall through. I don't recall where they are, though. I definitely don't know why I just walked on top of one, not knowing whether or not it was one such floor. Okay, we've got Skeleton, one of whom just cast himself down. How deep does this go? Well, there's a button to press. So let's press it. And by button, I mean lever. It's like a button. I mean, we still press it in. And the stairwell ends here. So back up we go. So we're going to go ahead and fall into that one spot that we can fall in. Because it's there and it takes us somewhere that this didn't. So, down we go. If memory serves, there's also a lizard. Oh, there's two lizards. Okay. Freaking statues. Okay, we knocked it over without doing damage to it. Unfortunately, the other lizard got away. So we'll have to come back at some point. I hate these statues. So, this isn't illusory, is it? Nah. Oh, there's a ladder. That's right. This takes us behind that one rock. And I believe there's a bonfire here. Or at least close to here. Maybe this isn't exactly where I was thinking it was. And nothing illusory there, but we did propel ourselves backwards onto here. Unfortunately, this is not where we want it to be because we are in front of the rock. And yeah, there is a bonfire behind it. And I think that over there makes the rock move. Either way, it's not hard to get back. Let's go ahead and have a drink, though. We can use it. Watch some bones fall for no real reason. Those spikes really do no damage. They're just annoyances. We could drop down onto that path right there. And that would let us get places. But I want to check this out first. Okay, so this side doesn't even have a pit. Just this side. And we might as well roll through things because we can. Shield up, commence running, get annoyed by statues. Probably have our shield's durability just ruined. This time we'll try and fall down. Oh, we can't fall down this side. We just came back through here for no reason. Okay. Well, I guess we're here again. So I suppose we will do the whole droppy downy thing. Simply because we can. So I can drop down over to the right here, and that gives us a little bit more room to work with than dropping down to the left near these stairs. So let's do that. Ah, looks like it would actually have resulted in dropping to a completely different spot, because those stairs don't connect to anything. Good to know. I'm glad I definitely knew that before doing the dropping. Now, where does this lead? Have we... Oh, leads to the stairs. And then here is... Ah, this is what opened when we pressed the thing at the bottom. Gotcha. So I just took a different path to a place that we could already get. By the way, this is a dirty trick. Because like, oh, there's stairs. We can walk right to it. No. Nope. Can't do it. Oh, you can drop from here to that little ledge, which there are at least some ledges on the way down that you can drop to. And you, in fact, need to do so to get one of the items that's in the area down below. But we're not going to do any willy-nilly dropping just yet. Okay. This isn't illusory, is it? Nah. Yeah. Yeah, it is. But first, we're going to climb up this. Because we can press this, which I guess will actually rotate the thing leading to the fog wall. And then the illusory wall leads to the bonfire, and there's probably something to press there that'll get rid of the rock. Yeah, there's the bonfire. And here's the rock. I guess the rock is just there to block our path and make us think that there's no way to get there. Or maybe it's there to block the path, but also it doesn't completely block everything, so we can just see that this bonfire exists. Yeah, I guess it's just there as a hint that the bonfire exists, and we can't actually clear it out. I know I didn't sit at the bonfire, but that's because we've still got 8 Estus. I didn't need the heal, and this isn't that much more useful a spot to respawn. So yeah, we could drop from the stairs to that, and then from that into that little tunnel. Don't know where that leads. Could be interesting. But for another time. So this will lead us where? to some stairs. Hello, sirs. If this Zweihander was just a little stronger, we'd be able to one-shot these jerks with it. So this is clearly breakable. I like treasure. Also, you'll note that this has no vote ability. This is a developer message. So they clearly wanted us to see that it's possible to get in here so that we could jump down into a hail of arrows from skeletons. So there's one down. There's two more, though they weren't shooting at us. Also, I'm not seeing any treasure, and we've still got one skeleton shooting at us. And almost hitting our feet. So, that guy's a jerk, and I want him dead, but I do not know... Ah, there's another ladder. That takes us up on this side. Which gives us some nice cover from his arrows. And also lets us get over to him and murder his face in. Goodbye. Let's have another drink. And then we'll climb back down because dropping from here would be a pretty far fall. It would probably do some damage. Sure, we could drop on the lower ledges, but this way we take no fall damage. More of these statues. Oh. What was that cave-in all about? Is this where I think it is? It is, I think, maybe. No, it's not. Ah, but that lets us fight an optional boss. So that's good to have. I wondered, are we supposed to equip it right now for any real reason? Oh, well, I've been wearing the Covenant of Artorias still. That's not exactly useful. Okay, seems no benefit to equipping it right now. Other than giving us a spell slot that we literally do not have the stats to use. I guess if we used the Pyromancy Flame, we could use Fireball. But... meh. Let's go ahead and... Chloranthy? Yeah, Chloranthy for now. Sure, we could get better rolls, but we don't really need them at the moment. So now let's climb up over here. So yeah, the developers wanted us to be able to find that ring. Hence this message. Okay, and this is not where we came in, which is good. You'll note there are more splody skulls around here. They like to hang out over pits for reasons, I assume. Three skeleton. That statue was oddly nice. Not spiking us even a little bit. Unfortunately, we can't kill these splody skulls, like, with arrows. At least I don't think we can. They're not even skulls. They're, like, zombified heads. And they like to look towards where our arrows hit, apparently. Yeah, they're not a huge deal for us. Yeah, please, explode. Be my guest. I like having fewer of you around. How about you? You want to blow up? You sure do. And you? There we go. they're all gone now. So this is going to be like, hey, try dropping. Yeah. And there should... Ah, yes. That is a nice clear sign that we can drop to there. Because that is on top of a ledge. And that's... Dropping from here is the only way to get that item. At least if I'm not mistaken. But we're not going to do it quite yet. We've still got other things to explore. Okay, so one of these caskets is actually very, very important. I don't recall which one, but definitely one of them. Oh, hello. Oh. I guess they're trying to say don't fall down. Ooh. There's a skeleton on his way up. Too bad for him, we spotted him. Oh, there's another one coming up. He is going to have a similarly bad time. Did he give up? Don't give up, skeleton. Fine, give up, skeleton. Alright, is it in here? Yeah, it's this one. This is the important one. Also, hello. Nice of you to not aggro to me. Time for us to once again fight one of these jerks and probably get myself killed. Like an idiot. At least this one doesn't have too much HP. How did the tail still do damage to me at that point? It was like doing no movement. And yet apparently it was still enough to do me some harm. There we go, we killed it. Hooray! I like not failing at killing those. So what's past it? An item. Oh, we don't really care about those. So, now we're going to go ahead and take a little ride. Need down, sure. Yes. We're going to take a ride to the boss of this place. But he's not going to be upset with us because we're taking his preferred method of entry, I guess. Just gotta sit in here for a while. Eventually we'll be allowed to go. Right? Yeah, there we go. You just gotta fall asleep first is all. Well, not quite fall asleep. Thanks, skeleton. So yeah, since we didn't take the normal entrance to get here, Nito is not aggroed. He's just hanging out. And we can enter his covenant, which I'm not going to. I'm just going to get this dialogue box to get that achievement. All right, good seeing you, Nito. We'll be back. And so we get back in here and ride on back up. Thankfully, it's faster. Also, our helmet's things stick out the edge of this thing. Amazing how our character sounds just as surprised the second time he gets carried away in this thing. Alright, and thankfully that doesn't respawn anything. So let's change our weapon back because we're done with that Titanite demon. And now we'll actually head down this ladder, but first, just gonna look across to the other side here, make sure there's nothing. Alright. Oh, hello. Welcome to the top. I hope you've enjoyed your stay. Oh. That's what it meant for beware feet or whatever. Yeah, the darker spots here crumble away when stepped on. So we can see that there's an item down there. And we will grab it at some point, I'm sure. But we're not dropping down when we've got no means of return to the top here. So it looks like there's a ladder down. We can take that. And maybe it'll connect to there, though it doesn't look like it actually does. At least not immediately. Though I doubt we'll actually be at a disadvantage for having come down here via this path. I see you over there to the left. You're not sneaking up on me, Mr. Black Knight. Though I am quite pleased to see you. It's another chance at your shield, though. You're probably just going to give me your axe, aren't you? If memory serves, that axe is actually pretty dang good. But I really want the shield. I want it so badly. In fact, I want it so badly that I'm going to climb up real quick. Thankfully, Black Knights seem unable to climb ladders. And I'm going to go ahead and equip a couple of things here. Though I should equip that one second because it hurts to wear. So, we want Covetous Gold Serpent Ring and the Symbol of Avarice. These are from when I was farming my Titanite shards in Ulasil. Alright. Mr. Black Knight, can you please get out of my way? That's a lovely jump you got there. Get out of the way. Oh, okay. You can do more damage to me on a ladder than I can to you from the ladder. But now we're okay. Just need to not get fireballed and arrowed while trying to deal with this guy. One more hit and he'll go down. We just gotta stay alive. Unfortunately, the Symbol of Avarice does also have the little negative of... dang, we just got the axe. The negative of being really good at blocking my field of vision. Okay, time to deal with these ranged jerks. Hey, look, we got them all. And there's the skull lantern. That's going to be very, very important going forward. Oh, we found the bone wheels. We found the bone wheels. I don't like finding the bone wheels. Please stop. Please stop. Thank you. Now be dead forever. Okay, good job. You did it. He'll die soon enough. Though I believe there are more. Also, we can hear a blacksmith honking away with his hammer. That blacksmith actually has one of the very, very few changes in the remastered version. His bonfire is now a warpable one, when in the past it was not. So we're going to have to find our way to him. I believe that'll require dropping from above, though. I'm just taking careful stock of things because I don't want to meet too many bone wheels. Ah! That was one too many. Okay. I see you there, buddy. And you are dead. Ow. You too are dead. Okay, is that it? Is that all the bone wheels? Or are there more? I think there were 6 total in here. Could be wrong. Oh, maybe we just go through here to get to the blacksmith? This is probably illusory. Well, it wasn't illusory, but we killed someone on the other side of it. For reals, though? Not illusory? That's weird. Okay, so there's an item that we have to drop from above to get. And yeah, it looks like we've cleared out the bone wheels. So let's find our way back up. As we can see, there are 2 items that require dropping from above. Alright, so... Maybe they don't require dropping from too far above? Considering there were the droppy spots up above here. Yeah, over in here there were droppy spots. So maybe dropping from here is okay, or maybe dropping from here is better. I'm not certain which one is more ideal. But this is the one I can see an item from, so... There, now we've got that. And, okay, that was one of the items that we were able to see from below. Oh, looks like there's actually another item that will require dropping. So 2 in a line, that's not terrible. And is there anything else in here? Not unless this is illusory. Okay, so it didn't matter which one I dropped from. They both lead into here. And then we can drop here to get a slightly less fall damage drop down to here. And then we can climb back up further and see if we can find the appropriate drop to get us to that blacksmith. Unless there is some way to get through that one wall that we killed something through but did not go through. Maybe if I tried an overhead swing, we'd hit that wall more directly. Maybe it was illusory and we just didn't actually connect with it. That's a possibility. A possibility that I'll investigate on my next trip down. This isn't the right way. This is the right way. I could probably use a little bit more health before I do any dropping. Probably wise. But let's take stock of things first. So there's a summon sign and items down that way. It does look like a long fall. So we're healing up. Taking another look around. Just trying to determine whether or not there's any higher platforms we can drop to than... Then we'll commit. Alright, we didn't really need to heal up, but it's nice to be safe. So who's this? Ah, Paladin Leroy. He is a jerk later on. Alright, now let's drop to this item. And there we go. Got a bunch of stuff. And while there is a platform here, it doesn't look like there's any reason to drop to that one from anywhere. Okay, so it's not illusory. Then what are we meant to do? How do we get back there? Because I know that's an important blacksmith. Are we meant to come at it from the other side somehow? And maybe there'll be a way to loop back around. That's my next guess. Like, if we can take a right turn at any point, maybe it'll lead back in there. We'll just have to keep our eyes peeled. Okay, so this doesn't lead to a boss, I don't believe. Or, no, it does. It does lead to a boss. Just not a very significant boss. Unfortunately, it's a boss that we're going to have to fight with basically no Estus. But we can use this greatsword, so it's not all bad. And let's not heal quite yet. Hi, Pinwheel. Alright, grab ourselves some heals. Get rid of the fakes, simply because their spells are equally real. Okay, I had wanted to do a running attack, but whatever. You'll note Pinwheel isn't terribly difficult. His health is nothing to write home about. And now we have the Rite of Kindling. And the Mask of the Mother. Not exactly the mask I was hoping for, but whatever. The Mask of the Father is the most interesting of them. Ah, yes, path ahead. Right here. Took me a while to find that ladder the first time I played this game. And I just accidentally walked down it. Because I was like, oh, we can go that way. I wonder what's over there. The answer was fall damage. And now it's dark. And we're in possibly my least favorite part of the game. Our bow isn't going to be a huge amount of use to us when we're here, so we want to find that lantern, which is probably up above here. Probably near the catalysts and whatnot. Oh, there it is. So the skull lantern, we don't want to punch with it, we want to use it. So yeah, this lets us actually see our surroundings, and it'll actually be even more useful for that once we get deeper into here. And this skeleton petrified skeleton here is foreshadowing an enemy type we'll be fighting before too long. An enemy type that I loathe. Yeah, let's go ahead and double back this way. See where it leads, if anywhere. I mean, I know it's a path back, but, like, is there anything else? Like, what do you mean here? What's here? Well, there's an item. And then we're right back on this path. Okay. So it didn't double back to the blacksmith. But okay. Bones are just falling at us. Hey, maybe having this lantern will do something? Maybe I was supposed to try and interact with this instead of smacking it and killing whatever was on the other side? I really don't recall how to get down there. But I guess we should go back and try and work our way through the Tomb of the Giants to find the first bonfire in there. Because this episode has been another long one. I neglected to use a bonfire when I could. And then I kept exploring, which takes time. And hey, look, the things changed color. Yep, here indeed. So, yeah, Tomb of the Giants. There's ropes here. Those seem like they would be useful to have. Unfortunately, we can't take them. Also, our lantern doesn't block things. That's the problem with it. For combat, it's not terribly useful. Even though I'm holding the button that I normally hold to block, no blocking occurs. So let's go ahead and use that just to make it more likely that we'll get to the bonfire. Because there will be more giant skeletons. And actually, I believe if we go this way, we'll come face to face with, okay, just a drop. There's an item. But said item will have to wait. And now there's giant archers. Gotcha. Now, we're actually really close to the bonfire here, if I'm not mistaken. Also, hey, look, it's the Demon Ruins. With the lava up elevated to where it would be if Ceaseless Discharge was still alive. You can actually see some skeletal eyes down there in the dark. 2 little pinpricks of light. But we don't really have time to stick around and look at stuff. Let's just swing the sword. Yeah, 2 swings does it just fine. Okay, so we don't have any cover right here. Okay, now we do. Got some ribs just rolling constantly. Seems fun. Okay, there should be a ladder to our left pretty soon that will lead down to the bonfire. Because that's the bonfire right there. That's where we're trying to go. Though there should be another path somewhere. I don't know how to get to that archer who's been causing problems, but that doesn't really matter too much. So, those lights in the walls, they show up in response to this lantern. So if we put it away and then move, they're gone and we've got nothing. But if we use the lantern to turn them on, we can at least kind of see the general lay of the land. Also, there's Patches. Hi, Patches. We'll talk to you later. First, we care about this ladder and the bonfire to which it leads. Whoop. That ladder was much shorter than I expected, and we almost walked to our death. That would have been embarrassing and bad. And that's just a little alcove, okay. So, bonfire, I choose you. And with that, we're going to end this episode. Join us next time when we continue progressing in the Tomb of the Giants. See you then, friends.